Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and we are here. Well, why don't you say where we're at?
We're at Branson's Wild World here in Branson, Missouri. It's an animal facility, aquarium, reptiles, mammals, a little bit of everything.
Let me tell you guys, I've been coming here for years on vacation. It's one of my favorite stops when I come to Branson. And like, there's always so many changes. You guys update so much stuff and there's new things. And like, I remember this cage we're standing in. This used to have baby alligators in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of our feeding areas for the gators.
Yeah, there's little doors you can feed them through and all kinds of cool stuff. There's always people here feeding gators, but it's changed. So what do we have in here now?
Now we have a two-toed sloth. So this is Lucy. She actually came from an aquarium that actually got shut down for too many violations and whatnot. We were lucky to get her. St. Louis, the city of St. Louis actually called us up and was like, hey, we have a couple animals that are here. Do you think you guys could take them? And we gladly said yes. So we used to have gators in here. We had to redo this whole area for Lucy. We ended up building a gator enclosure on a different part of the facility. But she's doing great now. I'm gonna actually let Matt feed her.
So this is like a highlight for me. Now I've learned a couple things about these so I've seen a few sloths in different places. You want this? Mm-hmm. And they only come to the ground for one reason, right?
Yeah, so mostly when they're vulnerable, they don't want to spend time on the ground, so it's when they're searching for mates, it could be when they're sick or something wrong with them, but usually they're always up in the trees.
I remember hearing one time they like to come to the ground when they're going to poop too, is that correct?
Yeah, well, she'll actually come to the water and poop in there because it just stimulates her. So,
oh, gotcha. Kind of like, you know, basically with reptiles, same thing. If you have a reptile with a little bit of action, a warm soak can do wonders for that. Oh my goodness, she's liking the cucumber. You want a grape again? A grape's your favorite?
Yeah, she's kind of picky sometimes.
Okay, we'll go back to a grape. And also I noticed when she feeds, she's going to probably turn herself mostly upside down to do that. Because in the wild, they're going to eat and do almost everything just hanging out in their branch, a lot of times upside down. They don't ever get in a real big hurry, right?
Yep.
Oh man, that is so cool.
Something kind of cool is she's just like a reptile. She actually will come out and bask. We actually have in the corner over there, we have some solar glows, and that helps her bask, kind of like, imitation of sunlight, kind of like our reptiles.
That is awesome.
Her humidity actually has to be at least 30 to 50% as well.
No apples. We like the grapes.
Grapes.
Okay, here's another grape for you. You want that? Huh? This is the first time I've ever fed one of these. You are so cool. Oh my goodness, I want to take you home. Can I have one, dear? No. Speaking of that, we do not have camera guy Kurt, so this is Question Girl filming today. That is so cool. But it's got a cage mate, so what is over here?
So over here, these guys we won't be able to feed, but these are the kinkajous. So those guys are nocturnal. They're basically like a nocturnal lemur. That's basically what they look like. Little brown, fluffy little guys. There's two of them. One came actually with Lucy, and the other one we actually had already. But these guys are like BFFs now, so they tend to spend a lot of time together sleeping. But at night, these guys will be wandering around. They'll be eating the leftover fruit and all that good stuff. They're not swimmers, but they're really good climbers, so they don't tend to go to the water. Like the sloth can actually go in there and swim around and come back out.
So I didn't realize they swam that much. That's really interesting.
They're excellent swimmers, actually. Yeah, it's crazy.
You wouldn't think so because they're so like super slow,
yeah, they kind of doggy paddle it, and yeah, they just swim around.
You want another grape? They got those long arms. I mean, it kind of makes sense on the doggy paddle if you think about it. Oh, that is so cool. All right, guys, we better go to another cage and keep moving through here. But look, so if you come now, this is my first time ever meeting. Okay, one more for you. I know you're just too cute, but I gotta see everybody else too. Oh, this is precious. I love this thing. All right, guys, so you got to come here, see the sloth, see everything else. We're going to keep looking and see what else we can find. All right, guys, I'm not going to talk really loud because this little thing is nervous. But what do we have here?
Here we have a fennec fox. They come from Africa and Kenya.
You're so cute. Can I pet that thing?
Yeah.
So this is the first time I've ever got to pet a fox. Oh, my goodness. You're a little nervous, but you're like a chihuahua with huge ears. You're the cutest thing ever. So these guys have actually been in the pet trade a little bit too.
They have, yeah.
I mean, as nervous as it seems, and even though it knows you, it's probably not always going to make the best at-home pet, right?
Correct.
they're going to need a little specialized care and treatment and just understanding, because unlike your little dogs at home, you know, I compared it to a Chihuahua with really big ears, but the wild has, I mean, we've had Chihuahuas in captivity for thousands of years. So that wild's really been kind of bred out. But with these guys, there's still a lot of wild in there that you're always going to have to kind of contend with. Am I correct?
Yeah, so with foxes, they're always nippy. They, believe it or not, they have little special diets as well. Like this one eats a lot of insects, so it has to have insectivore diet. But some of them, they, like I have a Arctic fox, and he's great. He's great with people, but he's very smelly. This fox doesn't really get smelly, so a lot of people tend to keep these as pets.
And by smelly, you don't mean he's sniffing you. You mean he's musking and he's
yeah,
making
he's
his
musking.
own sense.
Yeah, he has the same skunky smell that a skunk would.
And that's because that's how they mark what's theirs, right?
Yep,
They're going to go through and say,
everything.
this is mine, and get that smell all over. Oh man, that thing is so cool. This is also the first time I ever got to pet a fox. Yeah. I fed a few wild foxes after they were around a while, and it took a long time. They never let me pet them. They did let me feed them. They like sausage. But you probably need insects, not sausage. So what do you get? How do you make an insect diet for this thing? Are you using
there's this brand, it's called Missouri Diet, Missouri Foods. They specialize in all exotic animals, to reptiles, to mammals, to fish, to sea turtles, to the sharks, and they also make vitamins and whatnot. And they actually help us a lot. We actually have a, I forgot, it's like dietitian that comes here and goes with us and marks everything that we're feeding. We can add this to their diet and whatnot. So it's really cool of them to do that.
Because I've used Missouri before. I know we've used it for feeding, like, you know, my dwarf cane. We tried to get him going on Missouri, and some of the small gators that we've kept in our facility, we've used Missouri for.
Yeah, the crocodilian diets they're pristine. They have everything they need, like, in there.
It's just getting them to eat pellets sometimes. Like
yeah, right. It's really hard.
Like, I'm not eating that cereal.
Yeah.
But other ones take to it and just do great on it. So.
Yeah, raising them up on them, it really helps with them. Like our bigger ones, they won't touch them, but like our older gators and crocodiles. But the younger ones, we want to get them
right for it.
Yeah.
Well, this is just the cutest little thing ever. You know, I'm impressed by, I guess, the variety of things you guys have. Because, you know, when you first opened on this facility, you had the aquarium stuff, and then it was mostly reptiles. And now I'm kind of seeing this transition where there's just as much of that. But we have things like fennec foxes, you know, I mean, and then of course, we were in there with the sloth. You have all these other things that are kind of, you're getting more specialized in some other mammals too, which I think is awesome. It brings in a larger crowd, which then helps to bring that crowd who's coming to see the sloth or the fox and introduce them to the reptiles as well. So I think it's amazing adding that. Oh, it seems to know you. It seems to feel pretty safe with you.
I tend to hold her a lot just so I can bring her out to like educational shows and whatnot.
Really neat.
She's one of the public's favorites. So.
Oh, I can see why, because they're super cute. I mean, you can see why people would want them as a pet because of big ears. They just kind of have that super cute face, and it's okay. Again, I'm not against having them as a pet, but you just got to be prepared.
You have to be prepared, yes.
And you got to know what you're getting into.
That's what I tell people all the time. You have to be prepared. You can't just be like the next week, oh, it's not for me.
This isn't like going and getting a cat at the local shelter.
Right.
You know, you got to make some preparations and be ready for what you're bringing into your house and to care for it. So cool. You're so neat. And then behind us, we got some other dogs, right?
These are the British Columbian wolves. With these, we can't go in there with them because they're an established pack already. Only the people that raised them can go in there.
Right. And so basically, you know, if you raised them and they recognize you as one of them, you could go in there and you're just going to be welcomed.
They're
going to play. They're going to do whatever.
Yeah, you can roll around in there with them and everything. Right here, this one right here is already being dominant with us, scratching, and he's going to start marking.
But if I went in there and they don't know me, they're going to see me as a threat to their pack.
They can, yeah.
And so I could possibly put myself in a dangerous situation with them, right? Yeah. I'm not going to take over your spot. That is yours. You can have it. These things are just so large. You don't realize how big they are until you're up close to them. And right now, because of the wintertime, I'm assuming, because they have indoor-outdoor here, correct?
Yep.
That's why their coat is so full?
It's thick, yeah. In the summer, they'll lose all that up, and they look really funny because sometimes they'll have like these huge chunks of hair like hanging like they have mange, but it's really just them dropping their coats.
And you probably have people who come in and worry about that too, I would imagine.
Yeah,
like,
they do.
Hey, I looked at your wolves and they got this hair missing.
Yeah, they look mangy.
Take better care of them.
Yeah. No,
it's called shedding.
Shedding, yeah. All our dogs do it, yeah.
And so you got their names up here, I'm guessing, as well?
Yeah, so we have Lobo, Osiris, Lena, Gray, and Lupus. They're all brothers and a sister in there. These guys, the female is actually altered, so she can't breed with them. So that means that there's actually no alpha in there, because there's no pheromones to bring up that testosterone level for the boys to act out. So basically the caretakers take us the role as alpha. We bring them food, kind of like a wolf would in the wild. We get onto them, we snap our fingers at them, and they know.
And that's important, right? If you're going to keep these,
Yes.
that you are the alpha. Otherwise, the one that becomes alpha wants to become alpha, could challenge that keeper. And human versus wolf, the wolf's got the advantage.
Right. Yeah. So you always have to be careful. You have to be very respectful of them. The people that work with the wolves, I work mostly with the reptiles, but the people that work with the wolves have worked with them for, I want to say, 20 years plus. So.
That's amazing. That would be such an interesting relationship, I think, to have.
It's crazy.
But it's one that you can't just build overnight.
Yeah.
It's got to start with puppies and be lifelong continue. And so if these ever left the facility and went somewhere else, nobody else could step into that role and fill it.
No one would be able to. Yeah.
They're here for their duration. That is neat. Aaron, you got any questions about these wolves?
No.
All right, well, let's keep looking. I mean, foxes, wolves, sloths, alligators, snakes. I don't know what more anybody could want on vacation than this. All right, YouTube, I'm down on the ground, which you don't see very often, but I am down here for a reason. So we are in a lemur cage. If you look really close, one of them, the one that just jumped, has got a baby. So let's see if I can get them to come for a grape. You want a grape? Oh, I know you do. I know you do. Oh, come on. I see that little baby tail. Oh, you almost did it. What if I set it down? What if I set it down for you? Will you come get it there? Will that work? Maybe? Like, I don't know you. All right, I know it's cliche, but I have a banana.
These guys are kind of skittish just because they're not used to like human interaction as much as our other ones. We actually have another troop that are super friendly. They'll jump all over you, they'll climb all over you, they take treats from you and whatnot. These guys weren't raised that way.
So since they weren't raised that way, it's hard to get them there with the
Right. And we tried to, like the baby that she has now, we'll end up pulling it in a couple days because we wanted to get used to interaction. And it's not even just for interaction with humans, it's even just for like health checks or to take them to the vet visit. It's a lot harder to, give medicine or to check out if the lemur's just crazy and doesn't want people. That means you would have to sedate it, and you don't really want to sedate mammals if you don't have to. So
if you can avoid sedation, you're going to be much better off. You guys want these, but you're not going to come get them from me, are you? Oh my goodness, I can see that little baby. It is so cute. I'm hoping the cameras catch. Oh, you're thinking about it. Look, it's right here. Almost.
They think about it, yeah.
Almost.
They warm up to you, I promise. But
come on, little buddy. It's so fun to watch them jump around.
Yep, lemurs are one of the most athletic primates ever. Not even chimpanzees are like that. These guys can bounce off a wall and somersaults and backflips and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, it moves like you're in a video game.
Yeah.
All right. Look. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this. Look, you can see it. It's right there. Yeah, see it? You going to come get there? Will that work?
Here, hand me one. Maybe I can set it on the ledge over here and look on the ledge.
Well, they're thinking about it. You want to try that? I'll give you a banana here. Maybe up and get closer. I can get it to you higher. Up here. Up here. Maybe the ledge is the key.
I think the ledge is the key.
You want this?
Another one for the mommy.
Look. I just set it right there for you. Yeah? Oh, that'll help you get that baby fed, right?
Yeah. Now, lemurs are endangered species as well. There's not a lot of them in the wild, but in captive breeding, numbers have risen up, so that helps a lot with zoos and whatnot.
Well, and too, eventually, let's say, you know, there aren't as many left in the wild. A lot of zoos could pull together and have different genetic lines and try to start some reintroduction. And yeah, it wouldn't be just, you know, people think reintroduction is simple as dropping them off and calling it good. There's way more to it than that. But the preservation line is one thing that zoos and private zoos like this can really work on, the preservation of some separate genetic. Oh, you want to do it? My camera girl likes to put food up there. They seem to really like the nanners. Oh my goodness, you guys are so cute. Here, you want this instead? It's a nanner. Ah, you took it from me. You want a little nanner too? Come here. Yeah, that is so good. And it's so much fun to watch them bounce, because I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, because she's got to focus in one little spot. You can't see everything on the camera. But these things will launch off that house, hit one of the walls, push off the wall, and land over here. Like it's literally jumping off of a wall. It is wild. If I could do that, I wouldn't be so fat, because it would be a lot of fun. Apples? I'll give you an entire fruit salad up here. Or we're friends now. Oh, I know it's not a banana. I gave you all the bananas. Carrot? You guys like carrots? It's probably good for you.
The bananas are their favorites for sure.
It's long. It's just the wrong color. Oh! Here you go. I'll give you another one.
These guys have some of the coolest calls ever too. They click, they meow, they're hilarious.
No. Like this? You want that? Look, if I had more banana, I would give it to you, but I just don't. I'll give you some apple. Oh, it's grapes, huh? Rah, rah, rah. So you said they make all kinds of different noises. Are those noises different communications, like
yeah.
I'm afraid, or are those noises like, hey, I'm happy? So can you kind of tell what's going on with the noise?
So a meow is when they're searching, they're trying to communicate, kind of like a wolf howl, you know? Mm-hmm. They just meow, they just sound like that. When they click, their sounds are, they're freaking out, there's danger, or something is upsetting them. Sometimes they'll just do like a quiet meow, just meow, meow. Like it's just them talking to each other, really.
Just watch her clean that little baby. And how bright the rings on that tail are already. How old there was a meow.
Yeah.
How old is that baby right now?
She is a week old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So cute. You guys are cute. You are. You may not like me, but I like you. And there you can see it hit that tree and just bounce. Just amazing. And now this kind of enclosure is too what you'd really want to set up. They need places to climb on and things, and they'll probably sleep in that netting a lot. Mm-hmm. But they also need a place they can go where they're tired of being looked at.
Right, away from the people. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And same with this net bed. You'll probably sleep in there, I imagine, a lot if they want to be in the shade. Mm-hmm. That's more of the light. So you guys got a really great setup for them. And obviously they use every bit of it, don't they?
They do, yes. Lemurs do.
You guys are cute. All right, well, shall we keep looking and see what we can see? Bye-bye, baby. Oh, look at its little head turning. Oh, my goodness, that's too cute. That was like, hey, I'm cute, too. Look at me. All right, guys, this is our last stop here at Branson's Wild World. And one thing I want to share with you is, if you bring your family here, it's one thing to see animals, but it's another thing to have experiences with them. And one thing I love about this place is it lets you have those experiences. And I remember feeding these guys when they're at the other part of the location, the one that we now have different animals in. It was a sloth cage. And now they're bigger, they're in this cage. And so I get to feed them when they're young, I get to feed them when they're bigger. So you kind of remember them, and they get to grow up with you as you come back and visit year to year, which is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and feed these gators. This is something that, come here guys, you're bigger than my dwarf caiman. I know you want that. Arr, yes you do. This is something that if you bring yourself here, your family here, you can do. And I can promise you, if you're able to do this with your kids, they're going to remember this. And they're going to be good stewards of animals, most likely for a lot of their life, because of an experience like this. And I know experiences at animal parks for me are what turned me into who I am today with these guys. Okay, one more for you guys. One more. See if we can, somebody's got to jump up and get this. The little guy gonna get it? Yeah, I wanted the little one to get one. Yeah, you were too slow, buddy. But bring your family, whether it's Branson's Wild World, this is a great one, or any other park that's close by. Let them have a full experience with animals. And your kids are going to learn more from this than they're ever going to learn on the computer screen, they're ever going to learn on TV. And when they get to feed something or see something move and have that temporary bond with it, that we as humans bond the animal. The reptiles just see them through. All these guys are actually smart enough to bond with people. I mean, gators are one of those reptiles that can do that. I see you.
When we go in there, I can call them by their names, and some of them will actually come to you. So that's actually pretty cool that they recognize their name.
I just think it makes such a difference for people when they can do this.
Yeah.
And that actual just connection. So bring your family, check it out. You're not going to be disappointed. And you're going to have a vastly different experience on vacation than just the typical amusement parks or the little museums. This is going to be something we're going to talk about. And something else you offer for families, which I know we're animal-based, we're probably not going to necessarily show it, but there's a full arcade here, right? Or there was.
There was an arcade, yeah. We do have an XC theater, like a mini golf, and a couple of extra things, an escape room as well.
So you put an escape room in here?
We have an escape room in here as well. So things for all ages. If you don't like animals, there's still some other stuff that you can do here. So we kind of hit everything.
So your entire family is going to find something. They're going to talk about playing mini golf. And even in the mini golf, I know there's a Cuban crocodile in there, right? I think there's a boa constrictor in there, right?
Boa constrictor, yeah, chameleon.
So there's animals as you go through that. So there's going to be those experiences. I can't say enough about it because I do think it shapes how we as a society are going to treat animals down the road. And there are going to be people who disagree with me. There are people who say animals shouldn't be in captivity and this and this and that. But I guarantee you, if you remove that from society today and all we have is picture magazines and TVs, people will not care about these alligators the way they do now. Or these
Correct.
snakes the way they do. It's just a necessary way of doing it, and the trick is finding good places that do it right. And you guys, I got to congratulate on you on how you do it. You obviously do this. They're just so fun. So healthy. You're always hungry. All right, question girl. Any questions?
No.
Anything you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
Well, thank you for coming here, both of you guys, and showing the place off. I really appreciate it. I spend all my life here, so it's awesome that I get to show everyone, you guys, a little bit of something that I do every day. So, thank you so much for spreading the word, and everyone loves reptiles, not giving a bad rap. So, it's cool.
Well, I appreciate you having us and showing us such a wonderful time. And like I say, don't just watch it on my screen. Get yourself here. If you find yourself anywhere close, make the trip. Because it is just so worthwhile to walk through an experience that you can spend literally a day here. This is an attraction that can fill your entire family's day. And you guys even run Groupons and things like that a lot.
We do, yeah. We have discounts, everything. And if you want, I can even give you guys a tour, talk about the animals. I love doing that. I can always talk about the animals even for free. So
if you're budget conscientious, this is also a great place where you can bring your family. They can spend all day. They're going to have just great experiences. And you're probably saying, yeah, right, I see you feed an alligator, and I bet that costs an extra $45, $50. It doesn't. What would it cost to feed an alligator?
For feed an alligator, it's $5.
$5.
Yep.
So it's not a lot of add-ons. It's not going to nickel and dime you to death. It's all very, very reasonable, which I also appreciate. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. I'm going to hop out of here. Unless you got anything else you want to add?
Good.
All right, so if you ever find yourself near Branson, find yourself at Branson's Wild World. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.